Mr. Mahesh Jethmalani joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Jethmalani, I'm sure you're aware of Kapil Sibal's comments on the top court saying we have lost hope. And now we're given to understand that 2 petitions have been filed so that a contempt case can be initiated against him.
Yes. Hello?
Yes, your response, sir, to what Kapil Sibal said.
Well, what Kapil Sibal said is, I vehemently disagree. I don't think that such a senior lawyer who's got such stature should indulge in these kind of comments. I don't know what he means by saying that I've lost hope. If he means that he's fighting losing cases repeatedly, well then, that's part of the legal profession. But if he means that he's lost hope in the neutrality of the Supreme Court, then that's highly contemptible, and he should withdraw that statement. Whatever one feels, and I've had a lot of disagreements with many judgments which have been adverse to me, but we never denigrate the institution and question its impartiality or attribute motives. All I can say is that Kapil Sibal, notwithstanding his seniority, has committed a grievous blunder.
He has in fact questioned the process of institution of judges. He also says that a court where the Chief Justice decides which bench will hear which case cannot be independent.
Well, that is not only undermining the institution of the Chief Justice, but that casts a doubt on all the impartiality of all the judges. Because it means that a particular judge who's chosen by the Chief Justice to hear a particular matter is not neutral. It casts an aspersion on the entire institution, on every single judge. And, this kind of rubbish has got to stop. During when the Gujarat riot cases were being heard by the Supreme Court, there were many times when we felt aggrieved by the response to the judges, but not once did we question the institution or the judges who decide against us. The way to deal with this is then to show why the judge is wrong after a judgment comes. Show the judge, if you are that convinced about the gross irregularity or the gross fallacy of the judgment, then expose it, ex post facto. But don't attribute motives without telling us why you've lost hope. Tell us why you feel those judgments are wrong.
Mr. Jethmalani, do you think there's a political agenda? Because the law minister also hit out saying this reflects their mindset.
Of course it reflects their mindset. What it means is that any judge who decides against a list in which is politically against us, it's just because of judgment. And I don't know, he must be basically influenced by this string of cases which are going on against the political leaders of the opposition. But not once have they been able to point out why any of the judgments in all these cases are wrong. I'm willing to debate why these judgments are wrong. Please tell me why. He's not even pointed out a single judgment which has made him lose hope, and if that judgment, why it has made him lose hope. What is it about the judgment that is so egregiously wrong?
Do you believe there should be a contempt case, because petitions have been filed seeking permission from the Attorney General?
I'll leave that to I don't want to comment on that. I personally don't believe that. I believe that the best way to deal with somebody who denigrates the institution is to say that he's wrong, condemn him strongly. But I don't think you should make the judiciary then, but you see, that's the trouble. The other side would do it. I tell you something, the opposition they still pursue cases on contempt. Instead of leaving it alone, they file contempt cases against many people. I have one case which is going on in the Delhi High Court, which started in 2017 or 18, and is still going on merely because the persistence of the opposition. But I'm not a great believer in the law of contempt unless it's in the face of the court or it's extremely derogatory of any court.
All right, Mr. Jethmalani, thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast with your perspective. Let's go back to Priya for details of those petitions that have been filed. Yes, Priya.
Jha makes similar points that were made by Mahesh Jethmalani there. He is saying that it has now become a common trend and it sets a wrong precedence that lawyers with political affiliations use judiciary as a means to push their political agenda, thereby criticizing the court and the whole legal system by making reckless allegations against judges who do not decide cases in their favor. Everybody knows that Kapil Sibal belongs to the Congress party, and Thereby, in conclusion of this petition, he says that due to above facts and circumstances, please give me permission to bring a contempt petition against Kapil Sibal. So several people, not only from political spheres but also from legal sphere, have come out to say that the statements that have been made by Kapil Sibal are absolutely unfortunate and contemptuous in nature.
Right, Priya, thank you very much. Neelashish and Harish continue to be with us. I'd like to thank them as well for getting us the latest. We're moving on now to